America decides, Tennessee decides, and Virginia decides. Good evening on this election night as we come on the air with the very latest results that are still coming in. Good evening, I'm Josh Smith.
I'm Sarah Diamond. From the race to the White House to state and local races all across our region, we begin tonight in Washington, where all eyes are on the White House. The latest results in the presidential election have President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden. Right now, Donald Trump has 51% of the vote. Joe Biden has 48%.
We want to bring you local results in Tennessee. President Trump has won the volunteer state tonight with 11 electoral votes going to him from the voters from Tennessee.
From red in Tennessee to blue in Virginia, Democratic nominee Joe Biden, according to the AP, has clinched Virginia. You could see these numbers here with 96% of the votes in Virginia right now, 52% to 46%. Remember, winning the presidential election requires at least 270 electoral votes to win.
Well, from the race to the White House to the race for Washington, Tennessee's first congressional district race between Republican Diana Harshbarger and Democrat Blair Walsingham. It's got a lot of our focus tonight for sure.
Yeah, both women vying to replace retiring Congressman Phil Rowe. Diana Harshbarger beat Blair Walsingham 76% to 22%. Kelly Grossfield joins us now live from Diana Harshbarger's victory party in Kingsport.
It was an historic race tonight as Diana Harshbarger becomes the second woman to fill this seat. I'm joined live with her now. Now talk about it. This was called early on. You gave a great speech to your constituents here. Talk about some of the things that you touched on in that speech.
Just how much I appreciate them and how proud I am to represent this district. And, you know, all I want to do is make them proud of me, and I want to make this a model district for the rest of the country to look at and say, we want to be just like the first district.
And now everyone wants to know, whenever they elect someone into Washington, they want to know what they're going to do. Now, what are some of the first things that you plan to do?
Well, I want to hit the ground running. I want to help get the economy open back up. I want to get people back to work, get kids back in school. That's what our friends and family here in this district have told me they want. And economic development is another thing. Have a pipeline of people ready to go so we can bring those good paying jobs back to this district. There's a whole lot I want to do with health care. You know, just being able to form a staff around me, you're only as good as people around you, and get them in place and hit the ground running once I get to Washington.
All right, Diana Harshbarger, thank you. Once again, she will be replacing Congressman Phil Rowe in Washington. Reporting live in Kingsport, Kelly Grossfield, News Channel 11.
Voters in Bristol, Virginia said yes to a casino in their city.
That's right. In March 2019, the Virginia General Assembly and Governor Ralph Northam all gave approval to a bill allowing casino gaming in Virginia. However, it had to be approved at certain cities across the Commonwealth. Bristol was one of them. And tonight, an overwhelming majority of Bristol, Virginia voters said yes to a casino and to legalize casino gambling. That means the former Bristol Mall is going to be transformed by Hard Rock. Caitlin Cluck's live outside the old mall in Bristol that will become a Hard Rock Resort and Casino. Caitlin?
Yes, it's official tonight. A Hard Rock Resort and Casino is coming to Bristol. Bristol, Virginia voters chose overwhelmingly to allow casino gaming in the city. That means a development project worth over $350 million is coming here to the site of the old Bristol Mall. 71% of voters were in favor and 29% voted no. A hotel, concert venues, restaurants, and retail are now all expected to be built here alongside the casino. An event was held tonight at the site where officials celebrated the support for this years-in-the-making project. Hard Rock International Chairman Jim Allen called in and said they are very excited to come to Bristol. City leaders also celebrated the news. Project developers Jim McLaughlin and Clyde Stacy said they're happy to see that this is the end result for something McLaughlin once called a moonshot.
Now the voters at about 2-1 have approved it, which tells me that people do understand how important this is to the city, and I know we both are just so happy to have this support. Not just a little support, but it makes us feel really great that we have a big majority of the voters.
Rock now plans to move rapidly to get ready to get that facility built. as well as get the project license. They expect that the completed casino and resort will be ready in late 2022. In Bristol, Virginia, Kaylin Cluck, News Channel 11.
All right, Caitlin, thank you very much. And now the Tennessee U.S. Senate race. It was one of 35 up for grabs, and a lot's on the line. The question of whether Democrats will have control of the U.S. Senate or if Republicans can maintain that control.
Republican Bill Hagerty faced off against the first black woman in Tennessee to run for U.S. Senate on a major party ticket. We're talking about Democrat Marquita Bradshaw. As we go to the board tonight, Bill Hagerty defeated Bradshaw 62%, 35% with 83% of the votes. Before he had even announced that he was running, Hagerty was endorsed by President Trump. He served as Trump's ambassador to Japan for about 2 years before resigning to run for Senate.
Now, the video you're looking at here tonight is as Bill Hagerty was speaking to a group of supporters there beside him. Marsha Blackburn, who will join him, whom he will join in the U.S. Senate. Governor Bill Lee was there congratulating him tonight. Both of them echoing their support for the former ambassador. Hagerty said that he's ready to get to work. He said he's confident, even though when he spoke earlier tonight, the race hadn't been officially called.
I was on the phone with the president backstage. He is very happy with the results in Tennessee, I must say. But he's also very optimistic about where his race is going tonight, as are we all. We'll keep him in our prayers as well.
Hagerty said that he wants to talk to the president once more tonight. He hopes to congratulate him before the end of the evening. By the way, reporting from the Tennessean tonight, the newspaper Marquita Bradshaw not willing to concede defeat yet. We're following several Tennessee House races tonight. And in Tennessee's 2nd District, Republican Bud Hulsey squared off against challenger Democrat Arvil Love. Hulsey defeated Love tonight pretty soundly in that race, as you can see there.
In Tennessee's 4th District, incumbent John Holtzclaw was up against Democratic challenger Bobby Harrell. Holtzclaw claimed victory tonight in the 4th District, 79%, 21%.
District 6, the race between Republican Tim Hicks and the Democratic challenger Brad Batt. Tonight, we're dealing with a bit of a slowdown in vote returns coming in from Washington County.
That is true. Ansley Daniel joins us now live from the Carnegie Hotel and where the GOP watch party is. She's with Republican Tim Hicks.
Josh and Sarah, a lot of mixed emotions here in the room at the Carnegie tonight as they wait on Washington County numbers to be finalized. One of those candidates that is waiting for that is State House candidate Tim Hicks. Talk to me a little bit about what you are feeling right now as you're waiting for these numbers to come in.
Well, you know, we've got part of the results in, and so far we have a pretty sizable lead, which is encouraging. You know, it's a little frustrating because, you know, we've run a well-ran campaign, had a good team, but I am ready for this part of the campaign to sort of be over with and get to work. So that's a big part of what I'm here for, and we're just ready to get to work and ready to move on and get tonight over with.
Obviously, part of your job would be to help elect the people for the Washington County Election Commission, put those people on the board. And again, if you were elected, you would be doing that, and that would be part of your job. And what would you hope to change after tonight?
Well, you know, Secretary of State Trey Hargett runs a very tight ship. And what we will do is consult with him, and we'll figure out the best way to move forward. And, you know, that'll be one of our major tasks. It's soon into session, so we'll try to take care of it.
Thank you, Mr. Hicks. And again, tonight, a lot of frustration around the room between Mr. Hicks as well as the other Johnson City Commission candidates, as well as those running for the Johnson City Board of Education, just waiting on those results to come in. Live at the Carnegie, Ansley Daniel, News Channel 11.
Ansley, thanks. Hope you saw the graphic where they had the returns for that particular race. We are following a developing election story tonight out of Washington County, Tennessee. We've been talking about it all night. A delay in absentee ballot counting in Washington County, Tennessee.
And it directly speaks to what Tim Hicks was just talking about a moment ago, and so this is kind of a refresher on why he was so frustrated. Election officials are blaming a staff shortage because of the coronavirus that they said have impacted the number of workers. They also tonight are telling us, as you're looking at video of them counting those absentee ballots, over 6,000 absentee ballots that are having to be counted by hand. They said that's part of the reason why we still don't have Washington County totals. And election officials say they got ballot bags full from precincts around 10 o'clock tonight. So that's a part of the reason why. The latest updates as we try to wait for more information from Washington County throughout the evening ahead.
Crossing the state line into Virginia tonight in the race for U.S. Senate in the Commonwealth.
That's right. Incumbent Mark Warner, the senator, challenged by political newcomer Republican Daniel Gade. And you can see here the Associated Press declaring Warner the winner in that race tonight. And now we're going to double back to Johnson City to the school board race. The Johnson City Commission race, also something people are very concerned about. Let's take a look at those school board numbers.
Yeah, 7 candidates vying for 3 open seats. Again, the results are still coming in. As of right now, Ginger Carter has 19% of the vote, Herb Greenlee 17%, and Beth Simpson with 15% of the vote, followed by Matt Wilhelm, Paula Treese, and Jonathan Kinnick, as well as David Linville with 9% of the vote. We are also tracking the latest results from, again, this is 3 seats for the Johnson City School Board.
And they're waiting for word from Jonesboro, as
Exactly.
are the candidates for the Johnson City Commission.